If the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us one thing, it's that community and group efforts can come a long way. In the spring of 2020, when the world seemingly shut down due to the coronavirus, Westminster Neighborhood Services was determined to remain open to serve our neighbors in the Near Eastside community. Knowing the socioeconomic challenges that so many of our neighbors were facing pre-pandemic, we knew we had to continue to provide fresh food and access to other basic resources during these unprecedented times. As our community continues to navigate hardships that were exacerbated by the pandemic, with the help of our partners and volunteers, we have remained resilient in our mission to meet our neighbors, our students, and their families where they're at. My name is Olivia Stewart, and I'm an education coordinator in the Youth Services program at Westminster. Today, you're going to hear about how our organization remained diligent serving our community the last 2 years. First, we will learn how Westminster modified our family and adult services during the pandemic. And second, we will talk about how our after-school program remained open to support our students and working families. Lastly, we will learn about our recent boundary expansion. So to get started, let's look at how Westminster adapted our family and adult services to continue serving our neighbors. So at the onset of the pandemic, it quickly became clear that we needed to modify our services so people could still have access to our food pantry. In the spring of 2020, we transitioned our food pantry to curbside pickup so we could safely distribute groceries. We were able to hand out boxes that contained non-perishable food, dairy products, frozen meat, fresh produce, and basic hygiene kits to over 36,000 individuals. This was a 70% increase from previous years. In August 2021, after nearly a year and a half of operating our pantry as a curbside service, we were able to reopen our food pantry in the building. This meant that our neighbors could once again have a say in the types of groceries they would like for their households. We also were able to reopen our soup kitchen so folks could eat a warm meal during our pantry hours. In 2021, over 18,000 hot meals were distributed through our soup kitchen. In our partnership with Genericet Free Clinics, we were able to resume operations at our healthcare clinic in September 2020. This was crucial since the need for free, high-quality medical care on the Near Eastside is greater than ever. In June 2021, Westminster and Genericet partnered with Eskenazi to host a COVID-19 vaccine clinic for our neighbors. Additionally, Genericet hosted 2 flu vaccine clinics at Westminster this past fall. The continuation of our adapted family and adult services would not have been possible without our wonderful partners, volunteers, and neighbors. I'm now going to talk about our youth services program and how we've continued to support our amazing students and families during these challenging times. When schools closed in March 2020, our after-school staff were quick to adapt and maintain meaningful connections with our students and their families. Our program transitioned into a virtual Zoom session for a brief period of time at the beginning of the pandemic. But during this time, our staff made sure that their families were secure by delivering fresh food, diapers, and other supplies to their homes. When our program reopened, our youth services team worked diligently to ensure that social distancing and cleaning protocols were implemented. Resuming our program meant that our students could socialize with their friends again, working families could depend on us for childcare, and we could do our part in combating learning loss in the pandemic. Thanks to our incredible program partners like Cathead Press, City Life Wheels, and Purdue Extension, we have been able to provide our students the wide variety of educational and hands-on enrichment activities. We are also able to partner with a licensed clinical social worker who visits our students bi-weekly to talk with them about mindfulness, healthy coping skills, and meditation. We resumed our bi-monthly parent shopping night, where our families are able to use our pantry services when they pick up their children at the end of the day. Our program has remained determined in supporting our students throughout the pandemic, but our students themselves are truly the resilient ones. They come to our program after school every day and are eager to engage, play, and learn alongside us. I'm now going to talk about how we recently expanded our service area boundaries. So, for years, Westminster served residents living only within a mile of the building. But at the end of 2021, our board approved an expansion of our service area, which now encompasses the entire Near Eastside. The extension of our boundaries means that we can now serve 3 times the number of neighbors that were in our former service area. These new boundaries are the I-65, I-70 corridor to the west, Washington Street to the south, Emerson to the east, and 21st Street to the north. Expanding our service area means that more families will have access to our pantry services. Because of the increase in food insecurity during the pandemic, this decision was monumental. There are so many systemic barriers that are keeping our neighbors in the cycle of poverty, and we want to provide as much support as possible to help them overcome these generational challenges. Although the last 2 years have been challenging in ways that we could have never imagined, we are so grateful for the resilience shown by our community and our partners who support us in our mission to strengthen and empower our neighbors, students, and their families. If you want to get involved with our organization, please visit our website for volunteering opportunities and fundraising events like our upcoming food fight in April. Thank you so much.